Hello, people.
Hola, I don't have a hat.
You don't have a hat. What are you going to do?
Buy one.
Oh, okay. We're on our way to eat. We're going to a place that Christy recommended. And then we're going to go to...
Who's Christy?
I think I've said that before. Christy's my niece. I think I've said that before. But anyway, we were there with them yesterday, and she recommended this place called Breaking Bread. So we're going to go, and we're going to check that out. It's a sandwich place in Hamilton, Georgia.
Meatball subs.
Then we're going to go to the Little White House.
Meatball subs.
Meatball sub. We'll see you there.
Bye.
All right. Here it is. It's a small little place. It's 11:35, and hard to find a parking place already. Christy said it was good, so if it's not, I'm going to blame her. How about that? If it's not good, we blame her, right?
Sit outside?
Sure. Sounds good to me. I ordered a meatball sub on Parmesan
There is still a possibility.
something bread. I can't remember. And Doritos sweet tea. Now, one thing is going to surprise Kurt
He said if I could.
is what I ordered. I think it will surprise you. Have you already looked at it?
No.
I got a scrambled dog. Dinglewood Pharmacy in Columbus used to do, I don't know whether they still do, scrambled dogs. And anybody that knows me knows that I'm not a big hot dog eater. I just don't like them that much. But this is different than regular hot dog. And I asked for everything that comes on it. So it's like, you know, a hot dog with chili and oyster crackers, pickles, and then they put mustard and ketchup on it. So
Give him a napkin.
probably. But that's what I got. And I got Cheetos and sweet tea. I caught you at a bad time. How is it? So, Christy, thank you.
Christy, who?
Yeah, mine is good too. And see, they cut it up. They already cut it. It's not something you will pick up and eat. See how it's sliced right there? It's good. Chili's good. So, Breaking Bread was a hit.
I need a nap.
Yeah, now we're going to get to walk around a little bit. But anyway, it was good. So, Christy, good job. Thank you.
Tea. Yummy, yummy.
Well, we passed by it the other day, and I thought, I didn't know what it was, but it was good. I'll put a link if you are in the Pine Mountain area near Callaway Gardens and all that. Check it out, but it gets busy. We got there about 11:35 or so, and there was still a line. And by the time we got by the time I got up there to order, the line was out the door. So get there early or get there
But
later.
it went very fast.
Right. The way they had it set up, they have one person taking the orders, 2 or 3 making the orders, one person ringing you up. So by the time you got to the end, you got your food. So yeah, it was good.
Now to the Little White House with the scratches on the door.
Right. Paula said as a child, she remembered the dog scratches on the door. That's the only part
Actually,
that she really
said
remembered.
that as an adult.
As a child, she remembered that.
But she said it as an adult.
Okay, we'll see you.
Hey, she said it as an adult.
All right, we are heading into Roosevelt's Little White House, State Historic Sites. Just got here. This is the museum. And then they have the actual Little White House that we will go and visit. Thought I was reading that the pools will be closed for renovation starting June 2nd. Maybe they already are. There are a couple of plaques out here. Franklin D. Roosevelt Warm Springs Memorial Commission. This one here. And then over here, okay. The more I come in contact with the work of the Masonic fraternity, the more impressed I am by the great charitable work and the great practical good which we are carrying out, especially in that line which is so close to my heart, the care of little children. I did not realize that he started coming here so soon or so early. It says that he came to Warm Springs in 1924. This is the current display they have as you walk in. It's an interesting story about the 4 chaplains. They were a group of 4 U.S. Army chaplains who died during the sinking of the SS Dorchester in 1943. This is the communion set that the Roman Catholic priest used. Just so you know, before you come into any place, it would be nice to ask if you could video. If your YouTube channel is monetized, you probably should not do it, but they said, you know, ours is not monetized. We're just doing it as a private thing. But they told me that I could video. Family tree is interesting. She was explaining a lot to us. I can't explain it, but it's very interesting. One thing she did tell us was that, you know, you hear all the time, he married his cousin. And actually she said it was 5th cousin once removed. And they shared a teeny tiny bit of DNA. So it's not what you think. You see the photograph of him sitting in a chair. So it's the actual stuff. The set of patio furniture graced the sun deck throughout the years President Roosevelt lived in Warm Springs. This is the one thing that from the museum that I remember from years ago when we came. This is the car that he was able to drive using his hands. And they said in the little video that we watched that he's the one that actually designed it. You know, it's funny, you look at the car from a distance, it looks black in the camera. It really looks blue. And this is the one that you see in the videos. I mean, in the pictures.
We were looking at the ancestry of the Roosevelts.
You may be saying what I already did, but go ahead.
Oh, you already did?
I don't know.
Dad?
No.
No, I was just realizing that Dad's name was Theodore Delano Robinson.
And I can't believe that he's, you know, just realizing that. So he was named after both of the presidents.
Interesting.
Okay, the stagecoach.
Yep, they used it in parades for years.
Okay.
Before retiring.
Yeah, I remember all of this from the time we came before. Kurt was saying that I should be thankful for his cane collection. I was reading these were gifts sent to Warm Springs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cases of them. Some very intricate ones, very interesting. We didn't linger too long in the museum. We've been there before, and it's just a lot of history, and I'm not going to bore anybody with all the history. You can look all that up yourself. They're very knowledgeable here, and always ask questions. They like you to ask questions. Somebody's mowing, so it may be hard to hear. This is so funny. I found this hilarious. No smoking. again, unless you are the president. We are walking in an area called State Stones, and each one of the plaques right here that you see is something that comes from the state. This shows more. Each of the 50 states in the District of Columbia contributed a specimen of native stone for a memorial. So, come and find your state. Me, I was born in Alabama. I'm going to show that one. And I have lived in Georgia. I'm going to show that one. So, the state of Alabama entered the Union on December 14th, 1819. And the plaque showing the state is in white marble. And there's the flag. I'm not going to show all 50, but man, check this one out. This is Arizona. Petrified wood. Look at that. But that's interesting. I've spent enough time in Florida. I feel like I live there at times. It is fossiliferous limestone. See that everywhere. And here's Georgia. It is pink marble. That's what it says right there. So I'm going to continue walking. I said that I was not going to spend much time at each one, but this is Hawaii. And we saw this when we were in Hawaii. So now we're heading down toward the little White House, which is down there. You can see Kurt, and to his left, right here, Marine Corps sentry post. So as he came in, or any of his visitors came in, they would have to stop right here or right over there, I guess. United States Secret Service sentry post over there. The lady was telling a little bit of a story about the bump gate up front, because we were asking about drones and why drones could not be flown in these areas, in state parks, in national parks. And she said, of course, there's so much historical stuff, but she was telling us a little bit about this gate and the way this gate worked. When he would drive in, he would bump the gate with his car, and it would swing open and let him in. So that's why it's called the bump gate. Interesting. We were looking at the drive, wondering if it was original. It looks like it. Honestly, to tell you the truth, there is a road heading, is Waverly Parkway in Opelika, that we used to drive on. I guess we still have recently. That has, that looks like this. And it has this where it comes up. And when I first learned to drive, that was not fun driving. Later, I was able to navigate it without a problem. But yeah, when I was young, not so much. We went to the right to this little house right here. There's one on the right, one on the left. This one's the servants' quarters. So these were his housekeeper, the Queen of the Larder, and the president's indispensable valet. Oh, that's faded right there. Unless it's... Okay, I don't want to know what he's doing. Now I see what happened.
This is a low ceiling.
He dropped his cane. I'll get it. Yeah. You could sit there and look out on the grounds. Nice.
It was probably to keep an eye on him.
Could be.
You know?
Couldn't even go to the bathroom in peace without having to look at them. Check them out.
Cracking them off here.
You know, it's warm in here today, so I can imagine what it would feel like.
It's crazy hot though.
In here, it's kind of warm. So I guess they would open up those windows.
Oh,
Yeah, low ceilings.
look at the sombrero.
And then for heat, pot belly stove.
Yep.
All right, there's something written on it. Oh, number 15. I don't know if there's a date. My glasses are sliding off my nose.
1615.
I don't think it was made in 1615.
It was. I can tell. Look what that is right there.
They were on duty 24 hours a day.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
here's the bell.
Miss Daisy Bonner used the bedroom on the left. Cool. Yeah,
I think
okay.
that's the bell.
She lived in a modest home in Warm Springs and was employed as a maid and cooked when the president wasn't at the Little White House. So, and Kurt was saying, so yeah, like a bell or a buzzer. So if he needed anything, he buzzed right there.
Oh, interesting.
It may be noticed that these quarters had no bathing facilities, only a lavatory and commode.
Oh.
Staff shower was located in the basement of the Little White House.
Oh.
This bedroom here. And I can't really turn to the left, but yeah, there's a giant brim hat over there.
Sombrero.
Hard to see. And it looks like, I don't know, some other kind of hat. Almost like a safari type hat. 48 star flag. Okay, and the wind's not really blowing, so you can't really tell. But there it is. On the date of his death, I'm assuming April 12th, 1945. I know he died in 1945. And the video we watched said that he died just weeks before the Germans surrendered. And on the left side, as you walk in, the guest house is here.
See that? There's a telephone. Oh, that second.
It's like a little sitting room, fireplace. There's a ship on the mantle. It's hard to see. Georgia map. Yep, there are twin beds in here, and Kurt said, yeah, there's a telephone. Little sitting area over there, and then there's something else over there. It's hard to see, but you can see just a little right there. Built in 1933. It says it was occupied by many prominent government officials. I'd like to actually know who. Huh. I like this. Most of the furniture pieces were made at the Valkill shops in Hyde Park. Eleanor started Valkill for unemployed people during the Depression. I am walking down the sidewalk between the two buildings, the guest buildings and servant quarters. Kurt was talking about this. Are those old? I don't know anything about them, but it's right behind the building. Right behind the little White House that I'm standing in front of right now. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, President of the United States, died in this house on April 12th, 1945. All right, you go to the right to actually go into the house. And right here, you back up a little. Right here, Marine Corps sentry post. Right there. There was a ranger inside the house, and we wanted to listen to her, so I did not video. I took pictures instead. As you enter the house, you come to the kitchen area. A lot of the things that are there are really authentic to the period. You can see the china that they used, the actual china. And you go here to the living room, you can actually see the chair that he used to like to sit in and prop his feet up. A lot of things having to do with the sea, and you can see right there he loved the sea.
Dang it.
We just came out on the deck. I guess it's a deck. What's it called?
She said veranda.
Veranda.
Oh, we need to ask about the cement.
Okay. We just came out, and we're not finished yet, but we're actually in the house, the little white house, touring, and there's somebody in there that's giving us lots of details. I didn't video anything in there because I just didn't feel right about doing it. I did take some pictures, so I'm going to insert those.
And Mom did say that Dad was definitely
Right.
named after.
So her response was actually, Kurt was curious,
Yeah.
but her response was that they had so many kids, they were running out of names. He was president, so that, I guess that was in their mind, Roosevelt. So I guess Delano Theodore didn't sound right, so they did that. All right, tell about these lights.
Okay.
What she said.
They put these lights up for after Pearl Harbor for security.
And there are 6 of them, but we only saw 2.
Yeah. But they're disconnected now. But I bet they still work.
Yeah, she said they were disconnected, but if they connected, and there's a possibility they would work.
Things were made different.
We're heading back into the house, and I'll show some pictures of the secretary's bedroom. And what else did she say?
There's a bathroom over there.
There's a
Switchboard.
press.
Switchboard's right there.
Yeah, what is it? Press room or something? Never mind, there's a glare, so I wasn't able to take any pictures in the secretary's room. It's just a small little bedroom area, bathroom, and like a switchboard. And we're coming up to the president's bedroom. And we did that. Like I had said before, I didn't want to video, so I took a lot of pictures, and most of these are self-explanatory. There's the president's desk, and this is his bedroom. This is the bed where he actually died. We were asking about his bathroom, but he was able to maneuver it pretty well from what she said. Eleanor's bedroom. And the last thing, as you leave his wheelchair, and there is the little doggy, scratches on the door, you can still see them. All right, we left the house, and walking up here, we saw some more of those lights, and they're easy to miss. It's even easy to miss right there. See them right there? These are hidden a little bit. But now as I'm walking along up the hill toward the legacy exhibit and the unfinished portrait, you can see that up there. There's another sentry post. The last thing you do on your tour is go to the legacy exhibit where they have the unfinished portrait. Most people know that the president was sitting for a portrait when he collapsed and eventually died later that day. We did not do an outro video, but we hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.